Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the live stream. This is Kraganov. Today there will be no webcam, so you can't see my face today. I had to pivot to my desktop, which obviously does not have a webcam attached to it at this point. Today we're going to announce a new contest in games. So in the Earth2 pre-alpha testing environment, we are going to do uh, basically what's a running contest called Marathon des Sables. Now let me tell you first something about the real life Marathon des Sables. It's a marathon that has been held all over the globe since 1986, um, from the Moroccan Sahara to Fuerteventura and other locations. Um, you can run different distances between 70 and 250 kilometers, um, which is not how much we are going to do in the one I'm about to announce to you. So that as a bit of background. I am organizing this together with some judges. So basically, how it will work, it's a race through the Eye of Sahara. You will have to go through a couple of checkpoints. Let me show this on Google Maps. So as you can see now, this is the Eye of Sahara, and in the south you see the red marker. That's where we will start. Then you will run to checkpoint one, where you will meet the first judge of the day. That will be Call. Call is very well known to every one of you. This is sovereign of Earth, so he will be the judge representing Asia in this contest. Next stop, so the first stop is close to the actual eye, the lake, in the middle of the Eye of Sahara. Then the second checkpoint, we will have Grand Rod from Norway, representing the European region, doing the checkpoint. This checkpoint is at one of my very first plots, actually maybe the first plot in the Eye of Sahara, named Camel Bar. When you see it later on in this live stream, you will see it's not a camel, because it has only one hump. But well, my drawing skills have never been uh, my forte, so don't don't blame me over that. It's named a Camel Bar, whether it has one hump or not. The second checkpoint is then all the way on top is, I call it, it's a plot of land. It's called the Pillar of Hope, and that would be mark the halfway section approximately of the race. This is about 20 kilometers, as you can see on the picture, and then there's another 20 kilometers um, to a very far outpost, totaling, according to Google Maps, for about 42 kilometers. Obviously, this will differ depending on how you run, where you run, because this is going to be a contest that is not only depending on speed, but also on strategic choices, where you feed, where you want to gather fruits or something, where you're gonna drink, how you actually do your course mapping, because of course you will need to, the coordinates will be shared, and you will need to map your way to those coordinates. You'll need to navigate to reach those coordinates and reach the mentor there where the judges will wait for you at the checkpoint. So this is basically a rough overview of where the race goes. Back to the flyer. So the race will be on September 27th at 1300 UTC. This time was chosen so that it's doable for most regions in the world. So if we have our Korean friends, then they will be looking at Korean, and of course the surrounding nations, they will be looking at like 10 p.m., which is late in the day, but still doable. Um, for the Americas, we're looking at 9 a.m., maybe even 7 a.m. if you go to the West Coast. Um, so those times are not ideal, but they are doable. And the idea is to give as much as people all over the world the possibility to join at this particular time. So to go further, so okay, we already know that approximate distance is 42 kilometers. I'll be going over the first three. I did a dry run. I have a video of that. So the first three checkpoints, so the first 20 kilometers, I managed to do in about 28 minutes, including foraging and bugs. I'll go over that in a little bit. Just to show you that it's doable to do it in a reasonable amount of time. It's not that we're gonna be busy for 3 or 4 hours. I think it could be done in maybe 1.5 hour, and I think the last participant should be in on the 2 hour mark, I would say. So as the race as it goes, I have places for 20 participants, and I will have 3 main prizes, 40 participation prizes. So the participation prizes are basically every participant who starts gets a tile at the start. This is logical. Then you're immediately at the mentor where the race will start. You get to spawn your avatar right there. You'll have to obviously register your avatar with me, so that we know which avatar is which, right? Um, and then everyone who actually makes it to the finish also gets a tile at the finish location. Then for the first, second, and third place, at the finish location, there will be a 20 tile plot, a 10 tile plot, and a 5 tile plot for those first, second, and third place, respectively. So I think this is gonna be, it's gonna be real cool. I've done it now like a couple times as a dry run or parts of it, and I think it's maybe a good idea to show what that dry run is. So let me center this a bit. So as you can see, this is from the actual start. You see the landscape is very hilly. You also can see that there's a lot of vegetation, so there's a lot of chances to actually do your foraging. However, where you do your foraging also plays a role in your strategy. You will see this later, because it can make or break a race if you do it smart. Later in this preview, we should be seeing this much better. So this preview is basically, trying to see how long it would take to do that distance, because it is quite a distance. It is a marathon, of course, so it's not a sprint. It's an endurance run, but then in game. And this is basically the whole goal, to really have a long endurance run, something that's really taking some effort from the people who are participating, and to which then the reward comes, right? We'll go a little bit faster over this. So If I'm not mistaken, yeah. So I'm slowing down here because here is one of the challenges you might face. This is one of the bugs that are often encountered, and I'm going to explain you how to deal with that as well. So you have here, you have here the. You heard that I actually did uh, gather some cactus stuff, and the window didn't come up. So what this means is if the window doesn't come up, then I get into problems right here. As you can see, I try to press number 1 so I can drink from the water, but I am unable to because the swap window is still open, but it's not showing. I cannot do anything about it except try to forage. So if you have this bug, you can actually try to forage something, and if you find something, it will open, and then you're out of the bug. But then you see, this is part of that tactical planning of your foraging. As you see here, I am foraging and I'm hitting, alas, someone already foraged here on this tile, right? So I keep getting this for some time. It actually takes me quite a bit of time. You see here, I'm almost at the mentor for the first checkpoint, and actually in this case I get that bug again. So I actually, you see it says point, and I get the bug again. I still cannot close that swap window. It's only at the second time foraging a little bit further here that I can actually close that thing and go on with my race without having to focus on fixing that bug. So this is something that will play a role. You will, so here we see, I gather now, I find something, and then the window opens, and then you will see that, oh, look, there was that cactus sap was in my inventory. Now I could close it, and now I can switch again between the different action buttons. And then from here, basically, I continue to run to the next mentor. We're going to speed that up a little bit more. And there we're going to actually see another bug in a couple seconds from here that I also encountered. So you will have, you may be like yeeted at some point and get like extra meters under your belt that you actually didn't do. You see, I have 17 kilometers here, and suddenly it's 25. So in a fraction of a second, I gained 25 kilometers. So this number, you have to take it with a grain of salt. It does sometimes add a lot of kilometers, even though you didn't do any of those. So yeah, this is me continuing to run. I'm gonna speed that up even more. Just so we, just so I can show you that the first 20 kilometers, so the first 3 checkpoints, they cost me like 28 minutes, including that bug. So if you're looking at it, then you see here that the 3 checkpoints. So the one on the top of the drawing, that's where I ran to in 28 minutes. And that's about halfway, so technically you could probably finish the race in 1 hour. So now we've seen that. Let me get game in front of us. Yeah, Here we go. I'm going to have a quick flyover so that you can see the marvelous landscapes that we are actually going to pass by. And yeah, this is it. So you see it's very hilly, which gives you the chance to um, use the glider a lot. Um, and you do have the opportunity. So if you get the lay of the land, it can help you to go to certain places that have water. Um, but there are more places in the Eye of Sahara that have water than just those big places like this one. Of course, when you meet the first checkpoint here, it's only a little bit away to actually go to the big lake at the eye, to go replenish before you go to that camel bar location, uh, which is right here. So as I said, I know it's not a camel. My drawing is horrible, but here we are. This is that's just how things are. So yeah, then let's do it a little bit without all the tiles visible. But you see, this is an amazing landscape. You have cactus and berries all over the place, so you won't die of hunger or thirst. Unless you have, of course, that bug and can't get out of it, then that will be a problem. You will also see that there are places around, trying to see places around where you can have a drink as well. Um, they are a little bit harder to find when you're actually doing the race, but they are still there. And then this is the last stretch. So that was the third checkpoint, and the last stretch is across the desert. Um, you'll pass you'll you'll pass an oasis as well. And it's a long run. That I do admit it's a long run, but yeah, you don't do a marathon in 5 kilometers. It is a long run. It's going to take some effort, and I think that's just the epic part of it, is because you may have to take some rest and let your fingers rest, or you need to go drink or replenish your berries and your food. Um, and this will all play a role in seeing who will first get to that last bit, because the very end of the race is going to be a almost 2 kilometer swim into the finish here. Um, and there you see, so everyone will get a tile here from these and those. If you finish, I know I messed up here grabbing those tiles, but I will give out these the latest, so I will make sure that only the very latest will get one of these water tiles. And then this is first place, second place, and third place prizes um, at this beautiful lake at the Eye of Sahara. Um, and yeah, I'll be welcoming you here with my avatar Kyung. Oh, or not. Apparently she's not dressed anymore. That's odd. Okay. Until until the last update, uh, that was she was still dressed as Kyung. You can actually still see it right here. So that's okay. That's too bad. Because I was hoping to be able to welcome you like that, but here we are. That won't be the case anymore, but you will still be able to get one of these beautiful plots of land at a beautiful oasis in the Eye of Sahara, or near the Eye of Sahara to be correct. Um, so yeah, that's what we are going to do, and I'm pretty stoked about it. I'm really looking forward to see as many as possible participants. Um, when you want to participate, contact me on Discord. You'll find me around for sure. So contact me on Discord. Send me a PM. Um, I will provide you with a tile at the starting location. Please make sure that you can attend the race. It would be I I only have limited places. I have 20 places, so I have maximum 20 participants that can participate. So only register if you can indeed join us that day. Um, it would be too bad if I have to disappoint people who wanted to attend, but when the tile plots are already taken, then I chose 20 participants to make sure that it's still manageable for myself and the judges. Of course, we will also welcome participants that are willing to stream this event when they participate in the run. This would be awesome. Um, so yeah, contact me on Discord. Get yourself a starting tile and let's get this race going. I think it's going to be awesome. It's going to be one of the biggest events so far, I guess, or at least biggest contests. And don't think there was ever anything done like this before. And yeah, this is brought to you by the Eye of Sahara and the Order of the Eye, the Guild for the Eye of Sahara. And yeah, looking forward to it. Thanks everyone for joining in. I hope you like this idea. I hope you want to participate and see you there soon.